Imagine a world built from digital blocks, where your imagination is the only limit. This is Roblox, a platform that's more than a game. It's a creative outlet, a social hub, and a digital playground for millions of kids. Here, anyone can design and publish their own game for others to experience. The result? An ever-expanding universe of user-generated content with endless adventures and new worlds to explore. Kids aren't just players, they're creators, building and sharing within a vibrant community. Roblox's freedom is its magic. Millions of games, each with its own rules and community. Behind the cheerful avatars and colorful worlds, dangers can lurk, hidden from parents and hard for kids to spot. Roblox's greatest strength is also its biggest vulnerability. Roblox promises safety, with moderation systems and parental control. But with over 100 million users and millions of games, keeping everything safe is almost nearly impossible. Automated filters try to catch bad language and images, but clever users find ways around them. Dangerous content can slip into seemingly innocent games. Chat filters can be bypassed, letting cyberbullying and predatory conversations happen in plain sight. The very features meant for connection, chat, and messaging can be exploited by bad actors. Kids trust a platform, making them vulnerable. They may not recognize scams or manipulation. In this digital playground, not everyone is there to play by the rules. Roblox thrives on user-generated content, millions of games created by players for players. Every day brings new experiences, fueling kids' curiosity and sense of adventure. The platform feels limitless, with social games that foster friendships and community, but this freedom comes with risk. Anyone can publish a game, including those with harmful intentions. Inappropriate content can be hidden in games that look innocent. Some creators update games over time, sneaking in disturbing elements after approval. Secret areas and coded language make moderation tough. Even a game recommended by a friend can turn unsafe without warning. For kids, the line between fun and danger is often invisible. Chat is the heart of Roblox's social experience. Filters are meant to keep conversations safe, especially for younger users. But determined bad actors use coded language and symbols to bypass these protections. Innocent-looking chats can hide bullying, scams, or grooming. Filters catch obvious slurs but miss subtle manipulation. Kids may feel safe, but not realizing they're being targeted. They can be pressured to share personal information or visit unsafe sites. Chat connects players, but in the wrong hands. It's a tool for exploitation. The gap between perceived safety and reality is dangerously wide. Roblox lets kids reinvent themselves with avatars and usernames, creating a sense of freedom and safety. By being anonymous, this encourages creativity and socializing, but it also hides true identities. Bad actors can pose as friendly peers, building trust with hiding harmful intentions. Kids can't always tell who's behind the avatar. The friend they play with daily could be anyone. The ambiguity is exploited by predators. Feeling safe, kids may share personal details or follow risky instructions. The disconnect between the virtual and real world creates a false sense of security. Being anonymous is a shield for both creativity and danger. The greatest risks often hide behind the friendliest faces. It starts like any other day. A child logs in, ready for fun. A new user appears, friendly at first, inviting the kid to a secret part of the game. Excitement turns to discomfort as the environment changes and questions become personal. The child hesitates, but doesn't want to lose a new friend. Suddenly, the game isn't fun anymore. It's frightening. Inappropriate content or disturbing requests can appear without warning. Kids may freeze, unsure what to do, and often keep it secret from parents. The trust that draws kids in can become a trap. Most parents never know what really happened. The line between play and danger is razor thin. For many, it's only crossed when it's too late. Behind the playful avatars, real harm can wait. Not every danger on Roblox announces itself in the open. Some of the most unsettling threats are buried deep within games that appear completely innocent. Imagine a popular adventure where kids are supposed to hunt for treasure. The main map is bright and cheerful, filled with puzzles and challenges. But for those who know the right sequence of actions, a secret door opens. Behind it, the environment changes. Shadows, odd sounds, and content that simply shouldn't be there. Maybe it's disturbing images or a chat room where the rules are suddenly different. These secret spaces aren't accidents. They're created intentionally by users who know how to manipulate the system. Moderators can't catch everything. It's literally impossible for them to, especially when banned content is cleverly hidden or only visible at certain times. Some creators even update their games after approval, sneaking in inappropriate material once the moderators have moved on. Kids stumble into these places by accident or get lured in by peers who think it's funny to shock others. The result is always the same: confusion, fear, and a sense of betrayal. One example surfaced in a game advertised as a hangout cafe. Most of the time, players just chat and serve digital snacks. But some users figured out that if you sit in a certain chair, a new menu appears offering links to outside websites and hidden chat rooms. These spaces quickly fill with strangers who are not there to play nice. Suddenly, a child is thrust into conversations and environments designed specifically to bypass Roblox's safety filters. The illusion of safety is shattered. What's even more alarming is how quickly these hidden dangers spread. Word gets out among kids, sometimes as a dare, sometimes as a secret club. Before long, hundreds of children have found their way into places they never should have been. They laugh it off or pretend it's not a big deal. But inside, they carry the memory of what they found. For some, it's just a brief scare. For others, it's the beginning of a bigger problem: anxiety, nightmares, or a growing mistrust of online spaces that once felt like home. Stories like these eventually surface, not from official reports, but from the kids themselves. On YouTube, in forums, and whispered to friends at school, children share their Roblox horror stories. One 12-year-old talks about joining a popular dance game, only to have another player send him a private message filled with threats and weird requests. He blocked the user, but the messages kept coming from new accounts. He started dreading logging in. The game he loved has turned into a source of daily anxiety. Another child describes how she and her friend accidentally ended up in a party game that turned out to be anything but innocent. The avatars inside were performing adult actions, whatever that means. The chat was filled with words she hadn't seen before, words that made her uncomfortable and scared. She logged off and tried to forget, but the images stuck with her, making her question if Roblox was really a safe place for her and her friends. She wanted to tell her parents, but she was afraid they'd take her account away. These are not isolated incidents. Every day, online communities feature new accounts of kids encountering the dark side of Roblox. Some games are reported and taken down, but others pop up in their place, like a digital game of whack-a-mole. Kids share tips on how to avoid certain games or warn each other about suspicious users. But the truth is, the responsibility shouldn't fall on them. They shouldn't have to be detectives or security guards just to have fun online. The silent alarm keeps ringing. Most kids just want to play, create, and connect. But when the line between safe and unsafe is so thin and so easily crossed, trust in the platform begins to erode. The stories these children tell are warnings the world needs to hear. They are the first witnesses to the hidden dangers lurking behind every blocky avatar and cheerful game world. And unless something changes, more kids will find themselves lost in the dark corners of a world meant for play. The playground bully has moved online, haunting the digital worlds of Roblox. Here, bullying isn't about stolen lunch money, about relentless harassment that follows kids from game to game. Anonymous bullies hide behind avatars, making victims feel isolated and helpless. The playground bully has moved online, haunting the digital worlds of Roblox. Here, bullying isn't about stolen lunch money, but relentless harassment that follows kids from game to game. Anonymous bullies hide behind avatars, making victims feel isolated and helpless. For children, this digital cruelty can be just as painful as anything in the real world. In the Roblox world, Robux is everything. Kids crave it for avatars and game perks, but this desire makes them targets for scammers who promise free Robux in exchange for account info. Fake websites and messages trick kids into giving up their passwords, draining their accounts and stealing rare items. The loss feels real, friendships are hurt, and trust is shattered. Roblox struggles to keep up with these ever-evolving scams. Beyond the sting of bullying or scams lies a more subtle threat: long-term manipulation. A manipulator builds trust over weeks, disguising themselves as a friend or mentor. They learn about the child's interests and insecurities, slowly breaking down defenses. It starts innocently, offering help, gifts, or just being there for them. But soon, they ask for small favors, secrets, or personal information. This slow burn leaves children confused, scared, and vulnerable to emotional exploitation. Predators on Roblox aren't random, they're calculated. They blend in, creating harmless avatars and usernames, watching for vulnerable kids who seem lonely or sad. Their approach is subtle: a friendly hello, a compliment, or an offer of help in game. These small acts build trust, making the child feel special. It's a patient, deliberate game using kindness and the platform's features to manipulate, not hack, their way in. Roblox uses special AI filters and thousands of human moderators to keep kids safe. On paper, it's a fortress, but the sheer scale of Roblox makes moderation fallible. Automated filters can be bypassed with coded language, and human moderators are overwhelmed by endless reports. Dangerous users slip through the cracks, exploiting delays and blind spots. For a child in trouble, waiting for help can feel like forever. The promise of safety breaks down, leaving kids to face threats alone. Roblox's danger go beyond social predators. There's a thriving underground economy exploiting the platform. Black markets for stolen accounts, rare items, and cheats operate on third-party sites, targeting children for profit. A compromised account becomes a valuable commodity, fueling scams and hacks. Roblox's children for profit. Roblox's digital scarcity has created a criminal underworld, and as long as real money is involved, bad actors will keep finding new ways to exploit young players. Roblox's biggest safety failure is its inability to keep interactions within its own walls. Predators use Roblox as a starting point, then lure children to platforms like Discord or Snapchat, places with no filters or moderators. Once off-platform, all protections vanish, and the risk of exploitation rises sharply. Roblox can only moderate its own space, not what happens when a child steps into the unmonitored wilderness of the wider internet. Roblox is a world of creativity and connection, but it also has risks. The freedom that makes it magical can open doors to bullying and scams. The best defense starts at home, with parents actively engaging in their child's digital life. Play together, talk openly, and set clear rules. Use parental controls and teach internet safety. By being present and informed, we can help kids play safely and confidently online. While parental involvement is essential, families cannot shoulder the responsibility for child safety alone. Roblox, as a platform for millions of children, must do more to protect its users. Smarter AI moderation and more human oversight are needed to prevent harm before it happens. The company should launch clear in-game warnings about the risks of leaving the platform. Every child deserves to play, create, and connect safely,